Hello from the Badger Rock Kitchen. We are here celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month with Sujhey. We're super excited to have her back with us. Sujhey has cooked with us many times before, including with our students. So welcome back, Sujhey.
Thank you for having me. I am Sujhey Beisser from Park Bank, and I also have a personal chef business called 5 Senses Palate. And today we're making arepas, which is a corn flour flat bread that is of indigenous roots, and we use a corn flour from Venezuela called Arepas. We're going to show you how to make those, but these are the fillings that we're going to put inside of the arepas. And this is really fun because we went out on the garden and got all the vegetables that they had here, and so we ended up making a sofrito with onions, garlic, green peppers, zucchini, tomatoes, and we have over here some fresh herbs. We have fresh cilantro and basil, and we're gonna finish it up now that it's been cooking. It's been cooking for what, about 8 to 10 minutes. We finished it up with some fresh herbs to give it more flavor. We seasoned it with salt and smoked paprika and a little bit of red chili peppers. And this is ready to be the filling for arepas. On this side over here, we started with some olive oil, and then we added a whole jalapeno that was diced very small, and then we added about 2 teaspoons of cumin, and then we added black beans from a can, and we just let them cook until they look like they're fried here. And this will be a different filling for the arepas as well.
And this is like the whole garden right here in one dish. It's so good and fresh and delicious, and kids love it. So if you're looking to make something delicious at home, you all should try this recipe for sure.
Yeah, it's really good.
All right, and we are going to head over to the other table to show how to make the arepas.
To make the arepas, I use harina pan, which is a Venezuelan brand, but you can find any other brands of corn flour. Could be white corn flour or yellow corn flour, it doesn't really matter. And the measurements that I use is 1-to-1, so 1 cup of water to 1 cup of flour. And I just kind of use my intuition once I am working on the dough. If I need it to be a little bit more wet, I add water. If I need it to be a little bit more dry, I add more flour. There is always a debate whether you put the water first or the flour first. In my household, we always start it with the water first, so that's how I do it. I don't necessarily think it matters. I think it's what makes it easier for you to work the dough, and this is what works for me. Just a little bit of oil here. You can use any oil that you're using for cooking. We were using olive oil. So I'll do 1 cup of flour. And then you just have to get in with your hands and start working the dough. So right now I feel like I probably want to add a little bit more dough because see, it's very liquidy. And that's why I say you feel it with your hands and then you decide what you need. So I'll add a little bit more flour. What happens when you're working with corn flour too is that the more time it rests, it absorbs more water. So if we let it rest for a little bit, it might become a little harder. But you want a consistency that doesn't have any lumps, like right now, but that it can also form a dough. So right there, I feel like I need just a tiny bit more. There we go. So we want it to form a ball right there, and also at the same time to be really soft. Like right now, feels soft to the touch. And again, you can let it rest for the flour to absorb more water, and then also you can cover it with a wet towel to keep it moist. Usually with 1 cup of flour, I make 4 arepas, so I'm going to divide this into 4 portions. And then what we do is we start by making a little bowl here. We said this is kind of like golf size, maybe a little bigger than a golf bowl. And then what I like to do is what I learned from my aunts and my grandma. And again, everybody does their own thing. Every household makes it different. But at the end, the result, what you want is just to have a flat bread. So what I do is I place the bowl in this side of my hand, and with my palm of my hands, I start kind of making a little cone shape over here. Just like that. And then I put this cone on this part of my hand, and then with my fingers I start flattening it like this. And then if it starts cracking like this because the flour is getting a little dry, you just wet your hands a little bit, close those cracks. You can go around, close those cracks. You can also add more water with your fingers, not a lot, to just make the dough more manageable. And I like my arepas to be perfectly round, so I go giving them shape with my hand over here, just like that, closing those gaps if there are any, the cracks from the dough being dry. And once you have your perfectly round arepa, you're done. All right. So what we do is we start the arepa in a flat iron, and we're going to take this over there and do that. So we start with a flat iron and we place the arepa and let it cook for about 3 minutes per side. It will get some color, and then after it cooked and got a little brown shapes, we are going to transfer it to an oven at 385, and we're gonna let it cook there for about 10 minutes. And then when that happens, they will be cooked inside. Usually they are a little bit, I don't know what you call this, like they grow a little bit. So there's like a little bit of air in there. And they also said that arepas have a sound. So when they make the sound, it's because they're ready, like a hollow sound.
Yeah.
That means the dough is cooked inside. So these are ready. All right, so now that the arepas are cooked, we're going to fill them up. What we want to do is just kind of create a pocket. So we open them up and not all the way through. Lots of people like to take some of the masa out. We also like to add some butter. So I'm gonna grab some butter. So just a little bit of butter, not a lot, right here. And with the arepa being really hot, it's going to melt in there. And that's just to make the arepa moist. I don't know, we just put butter and cheese on the arepas. It's like the most common filling for breakfast. But you can do all sorts of different fillings. Cheese and ham, eggs, chorizo, chicken, anything really. So that butter melted there, and now I'm just gonna add some of this delicious filling in here. At this point, you could also add cheese if you like cheese, if you're not vegan. Right now, this is gluten-free and vegetarian, so that is your first arepa. We're going to do the second one with the beans. Let me cut the butter first. There we go. So same thing, I'm gonna open it kind of like a pita pocket, where you don't want to get it all the way to the end. And then add the butter. Let it melt in there. And then we're going to add some beans. So when we do black beans and white hard cheese, we call that domino. That arepa is called domino arepa. And so this is your second one. And there we have it.
They are delicious. So Sujhey, tell us a little bit about how we can support you and your work and your business and how people could get in touch.
In touch, I use my social media, Instagram, it's #5 Census Palate. I also have a Facebook page under the same name, 5 Census Palate. And then, how to support my business would be hiring me to do cooking classes. What I do is I go buy all the ingredients, I come to your home, and then we cook with you and your friends, and then you get to eat everything that we cook, and then I clean up and you just get to enjoy your party with your friends. So yeah, that's how you get in touch with me, and how you can support me.
We'll put the link to some of those ways to get in touch in the comments, so look for those. And we can we put your recipe in the comments too for people to try?
Sure.
Okay, yes. So you truly need to make this at home because this is delicious.
Yeah, I do have a website. I don't download recipes very often. In fact, it's been a couple years, but I have over 100 recipes on my website, which is 5censuspalate.com.
We'll put that in the comments too, so you all can check it out. And I have never eaten a single thing that Sujhey has made that is not absolutely delicious. So don't hold back. Really check it out and get in touch and support her business. And thank you so much, Sujhey, for coming in to demo this. And also, when you work with our kids, it's just amazing. It's such a cool experience for them.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you next time.